Boom, boom, boom. Behind the curtain. That could be a soap. I'd watch it. Behind the curtain. Who's in there? We've got we've got Gareth. We've got Big Scotty B. We got Stewie the Drum Boy Drummond. Patrick Piles. Why do they call him the man of many piles? Don't they? Russell Blair, Sherry Blair, Steve Blair, Mr. Intense. That used to be what we called our scout leader. That's all we've got so far. They're still coming. That's it. In a secret leader called Mr. In Boats. Oh, you scrolling? Oh. Winterbottom's in. Winnie B. Good times. Dave Wright is here. David Childs is here because I hang around together on a Thursday night. Rufus Kane is here. Old Rufy K. Back in town. Dion 78 is in. Let's roll. Let's roll. Dion's here. Yep. Nice. I didn't know actually. It's very good, yeah. You did, got COVID again. You're the world record breaker. What were we trying to work out the other day? Me and Mrs. John. I reckon it was 6.
I'm muted. Bollocks. Right.
Go again.
I'm back now. People are saying that I shouldn't count all the times.
We have to go back through that because I didn't hear that. So we have
I got COVID again.
We had last week off because it was planned, but Richard had COVID.
So it wouldn't have been a show anyway.
I feel it was the 6th time that Richard is now saying it was the.
I'm only going to count the times I've actually passed a test.
So that's only twice.
4.
Oh, 4 you've done, have you?
4 on the lateral, and they say if you're positive on that.
Oh, you're definitely without doubt. Definitely.
Yeah, I put up. There's false negatives, but there's not false positives on the laterals.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's that. Sorry about that. I'm muted at the start. Oh, what a brilliant intro! Wasted. Never mind.
It was really funny. You probably heard my attitude to it, which was just amazing. John Norris is in. Just snuck in. Just
now I'm too loud. I can't be too loud. I always mutter. Let's crack on anyway. You could probably turn down your own volume there. Bear with us.
I really, do you know what? You know when you start the show, because everybody else that didn't hear it, you said, "We've got a great show for you tonight." I thought it'd just be good if I just put Netflix on and just held the phone up. I thought that'd be good. We're going to watch something together.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not a thing. I'm surprised if you browse through YouTube, there isn't someone just playing.
There is.
Canto on Disney.
There is. There is. People do it on football, don't they? I don't know how anyone watches that cam live shit football or boxing match or UFC. Like, I remember, sorry, I've already gone off one. But I remember boxing matches back in the day. You always had to pay for big boxing. And I generally took it in turns. I remember getting home back from the pub about 1. And the boxing was 2. Lewis Tyson, was it? Lewis Tyson.
Well, the Tyson fights won at like 2, weren't they?
Yeah, and I remember my mate Spud, that was his real name, knocked to the door at 2:10. Hey, Tyson, what are we going to do? Am I coming in? I said, just finished, mate. What the fuck? So it was about 4 minutes long. Oh, fuck. Come on, Spud. 25 quid. Oh, whatever it was. Probably about £8. But back in the day, a lot of money, 8 quid.
You see it on Twitter, and it's literally someone's watching it on their telly, but also holding up their...
I just don't get it. Can't watch that shit. It's mental. That's not it.
It's good of them, though.
Yeah. Rufus Kane said it's on YouTube in hours. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. It always is, yeah.
It's all right to watch it like that back, but I just couldn't be asked. If I was meant to be watching it live, I couldn't watch somebody watching it. I just do me in. I couldn't do it. Do me in.
Yeah.
I don't like sport. What do I give a fuck?
Yeah. I think illegal streaming's going to become more prevalent again, like torrenting and all that.
Yeah, because Netflix just going to crack down on their password sharing, which is, I mean, to be fair, I don't share a password, but fuck it.
Yeah.
It's a really easy way to do it as well. I already worked out what they were going to do.
I wonder how they're going to do it, because I wonder what the actual rules are.
Oh, it is your house, that's it.
It's not though, is it? You can watch it on your phone.
Yeah, I think
I watch Netflix on my phone. That goes wherever
I think it'll be a device thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand.
And then if I pay for Netflix, surely I'm entitled to watch it at work if I want.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can.
So there you go. So
I can watch BBC.
That's 3 IPs.
Yeah, you can watch BBC iPlayer if you've got TV license wherever you are, can't you? Because the license is your home. So
doing it by IP address, they're going to have to have a threshold of allowed IP addresses.
Yeah, because you've got a wandering one if you've got 4G, haven't you? It doesn't stay constant. Exciting stuff, guys. We're in like that. It was news just filtered straight in. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, what am I vaping? I'm vaping Cactus Jackie. I want to turn to Cactus Jackie. 50 milligram in the Dwar 16 on top of the Maxu by people who make mods.
Probably Freemax.
Freemax, that's the fellas. Yeah, but it's 50 milligram Jackie. That's a very Brad friendly setup. If you'd like that.
Yeah.
Mystery juice, 50 milligram in the. Where is it? Oh, in the Surin. Would people be interested? All right, the mystery juice isn't that exciting. I keep saying it's mystery juice.
When's it coming?
Well, no. This is a blue slushy type thing. That's not blue. There's no blue in it, but that's blue raspberry slushy. Would anybody be interested if I put that on? It'd only be like a budget thing. Like, so if I normally charge $2.99, $2.99 for 10 mil. For a kit, it'd be slightly less. So obviously, so a normal kit starts at $12.99, so it would start at $10.99. So yeah, that'd work out 14 quid for 100 mil.
Why? What's the situation?
Because I don't do it. I've always done it the way that it's like a fair deal, and that's a fair deal for me. I just wondered if anybody's interested. It's a basic blue slush, but it's not like already. It's not like Capella.
Who's done it?
Person.
I think people just want to try new juices from time to time. I think you should regularly have new juices on.
I'll just try that then.
Your website.
What am I drinking? I'm drinking.
If you want to know what we think, that's what we think.
I'm drinking Hop, Skip and a Juice by those badasses at Vocation, and in the bag I have a bit of a change. Lovely. I've got a lovely reduced sticker on it. I like my local co-op because no one buys any beer that's more than £1, so it's always ends up in the reduced. Excuse me. So what's this one? Scaffold Pike.
They don't reduce it by much though, do they?
£1 off.
£1 off 4?
No, £1 off a pack. Well, they're £3.69 normally, and they're £2.46. But this is a Buxton Breweries. Oh, Northern Monk. Sorry, is it Northern Monk and Buxton, or is it Northern Monk? No, it's Northern Monk. I quite like these. It just
annoys me in co-op when it's like a pack of prawns. They've got an hour left.
Oh fuck! Just be 10p. I agree.
It's 10p off.
No. Like, the prawns should be 10p. Yeah, exactly. That's disgusting. If it's just a waste,
but these are going in the bin. You're still trying to make 50% on them.
But I don't know why second-hand sofas in the British Heart Foundation aren't a tenner. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Just do volume. Just get them in and get them out. You didn't pay for it, you stupid prick. Get it in, get it out. That annoys the fuck out of me. If you're a low-income family, couple of kids, all right, 50 quid. No one's buying a second-hand sofa for 300 quid. Fucking idiots. Just put it up 50 quid, and then you'd be the first stop for every bastard.
I don't know. I don't know enough about how they work.
Well, they don't pay for the stuff. It gets, it's people just turfing shit out. It just annoys the fuck out of me. If it's going,
if they get lumbered with a shit one forever.
They wouldn't though. I don't know what when you first moved out. I don't know. You pretty well supported, nice rounded family. I had wicker furniture. When I first moved out, I rented a fully furnished flat that came with 2 wicker chairs with cushions, a wicker sofa, and there was a radio on a sideboard. It came with a bed, with a mattress, 50 quid a week it was. And then I slowly replace. Then you build up all your stuff. Then you've got your own. Everyone had got something new in. I got something old out.
I just got a 3-piece on finance.
I did do that later. Yeah, fucking regret that shit. But yeah. I just think young'uns could do the thing.
Got first fucking thing we did was white carpets, like really white, pale cream carpets.
We went beige bad at it.
They lasted about 2 years with kids.
Absolute fucking nightmare. And
the woman in the shop didn't say, "Oh."
You become an expert with, if you see a red, and they're stained, like they just love it. If you're walking past the red wine, the carpet cools it, makes you drop it. You do become a fucking expert at getting red wine out there. Which I think is shit.
So yeah, luckily, the saver paid for a new set of carpets. After that abomination. But I was cross at the woman in the shop because she sees we've got a toddler climbing over all the carpets, getting into mischief while we're looking at him. She never said a word.
If you ever 40. Have you ever been in DFS? Go in DFS on the weekend. See young couples with some greasy little cunt trying to get them trapped in a finance.
And tell people, don't get cream. Next.
No, but I would just go up to people and go, no one is ever going to give a fuck what your sofa looks like. Don't listen to Greasy Jeff fucking getting you into a $5.5 grand finance deal for a fucking sofa. He's a dickhead. He ain't got any mates. None of your friends will ever come in and go, fuck me, it's a brilliant sofa, or it sucks. They don't care. Don't buy this fucking garbage. They're just selling you shit. Anyway, what are you vaping and drinking?
Oh, yeah. Right. So, I think this is good, actually. That new Caliburn.
Oh, that actually looks quite good.
Tiny. Vapes like a Caliburn. What more do you want? Adjustable airflow now as well.
My mate's just got one of them. He does like it, actually, quite a lot.
Better battery life than the traditional pod shape. What I would say is Vaping Fagan's just done a review and he also really likes it. So that at least that's 2 people that like it. But also there's going to be loads of this style and shape hitting the market.
Okay,
so
should see him at expo.
Stick to what you know. The Caliburn is good. So maybe check this one out over all the ones that are hitting the market. Yeah, because the coils are good. That's all that really matters. So that I'm vaping on that. Inside there is Cactus Punch from justadnick.org.uk. In here, this is a K-Fun on the MVP. In here is a generic salty custard. And as I said before, I am squonking with this juice, a little petrol station special. Pick and mix rhubarb and custard.
What's that like?
Yeah, bang average at best. But what
it's really difficult to do, I think. Do you remember who did a really good one back in the day?
They've steered into the skid, haven't they? They've steered into the skid. They've said it tastes like the sweets.
Yeah, but that's still hard.
No, it isn't, because those sweets do taste of artificial food flavouring, don't they?
Who was it used to a really good one back in the day?
It's when they try to claim that it tastes of custard, or rhubarb fool as we call it.
Oh yeah,
custard and rhubarb.
Yeah, that's about
it. Really tastes like custard. It really tastes like rhubarb. No, it doesn't. Just pretend it tastes like the sweets.
Yeah,
so at least fair play to them for that. And this bottle design is great.
It's that flip top thing. I have done it before.
Yeah.
It's a shampoo bottle or something, really.
Yeah, so I don't really want to do it.
Don't do it then.
Because it's working great.
Yeah, that's why. Don't do it.
But the cap clips off literally on a hinge, and because it's got less surface area, there's less drippage.
I worked out a way around that.
I'm a fan of the bottles.
Drip Hacks, Rufus Kane said, did a good one. There was somebody else. There's one guy, his name. He did a custard that everybody raved about as well. I can't remember, but the rhubarb and custard. The rhubarb was really sharp, which is the hard thing to hit, and it was almost BO with a sharp, tangy taste.
There are good,
good
rhubarb and custards from proper juice companies, but these cheapy ones
do it. No, it's fucking impossible.
So I'd rather they pretended it tastes like the sweets. Yeah, that's the thing. That's about it. A bit of this with a bit of lemon meringue as well, but
lemon meringue.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, lemon Madeira.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking. I thought it was blah, 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 those juicy bastards.
Drinking. Proper craft, a little Spanish craft. San Miguel.
That's really bad. They're normally awful, but that is bad. What percentage San Miguel? 5?
San Miguel. It's 5. Yeah.
It's definitely Miguel.
San Miguel.
What about fabulous Portuguese viewers? His name basically translates as angel. Oh, Seraphim. That's his last name. Yeah, it's Mikhail. I think Seraphim. It's pretty good. Shan Miguel, says Stuart.
It's a soft meh.
I didn't know they put soft meh in it. What's happening in the news? I tell you what,
it's all right this San Miguel.
I can't.
It's no worse.
My wife claims it's the worst. That is disgusting. Yeah, that we both agreed. We went through what is the worst thing that can be on the pump, and it's Estrella. And that's got some tight. And we then we kind of, when you knuckle down into it.
If you remove yourself from a situation, Estrella tastes like wee wee.
It's disgusting.
If you actually take a step back and engage your brain.
But the thing is fucking horrible. What's the Italian lager that people pretend is nice? It's not. And it's quite pricey. Begins with P.
You're thinking of Peroni?
Yeah, it's not very nice at all.
That's Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said. Italian beer. It's crap.
I thought we're talking about Spanish beer.
I only know 2. San Miguel and Estrella are out.
Peroni's not as bad as the Spanish ones.
No, but it's not good, and it's £1 in Italy, and it's £7 here.
Yeah,
which is mental.
A tall glass.
Yeah, this is what the Italian.
20 years ago, you mugs.
Drinking it's Carlsberg Special Brew in Italian.
News. You brought it up. We should talk about the fight.
What fight?
Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte this Saturday at Wembley Stadium in front of 94,000 people.
That is going to be good. But what do you reckon Tyson Fury is going to win again?
I don't think it's as... I think he is going to win. I don't think it's as straightforward as the bookies think.
What are they going to...
Dillian Whyte's no joke.
No, what odds have they got?
7-1.
Well... But that's because that's a money making thing. So what have they got? Tyson Fury on 13-11 or something.
Fury's on 7-1 to win.
No, Fury's on 1-7 to win.
1-7 to win.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, and vice versa. But it depends where you look. But I don't really. I've stopped looking at all that. I think it's a live fight. It's just that Fury should win, but it doesn't mean he will. They're both capable of punching a hole in a tank. So
yeah, making a fucking error.
Yeah, absolutely. You
That's all it takes.
From either of those two, know about it.
If anybody's ever watched back, anybody knows any boxing history will know you just have to step wrong, and it can be the end of your career. Finish as well. You take one, especially if you take one to the temple, or right on the point of your chin. Herbie Hyde, he took one on his chin. From then on, glass chin. It didn't matter what. Anybody whacked him went down like a sack of shit. Like it was funny. I watched him get knocked out 5 times. I wonder why the referee was going, do you think he's going to put it round? Do you think Herbie Hyde's getting a second wind after being knocked out standing 5 times?
It's a bit of a... I much prefer watching a British boxer against someone from another country. When it's 2 British guys, I always think...
don't hurt each other.
Someone's going to have a bad result, you know. Like, whoever loses, it's tragedy, really. Because Tyson Fury's gone from a joke to a hero, hasn't he? But he hasn't fought in the UK.
Has there been... Now
he comes back to the UK and then gets knocked out. That's just a tragedy, really.
Has there been...
After all he's come through. And then Dillian White's waited 4 years for this shot.
Has there been boxers that British boxers, that you've waited for someone to just knock them the fuck out? Like, because you need... Like, for me, I'm going to name... Audley Harrison, I just wait for him to go down. Like, because he just kept getting...
Because you wanted him to go down.
Yeah, because Frank Warren just kept setting him up with... It was ridiculous. He just kept setting him up with fights he was going to win. With failing boxers who take the money, who take the fight, and they definitely fucking lose. I just couldn't stick him. And Amir Khan, I've watched him get knocked out a lot. Every time I'm bored on YouTube, flick over, watch Amir Khan eat the canvas because I fucking hated it. No defence, just not a good enough fighter to not keep his hands up. And just did my head in.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I just think because less nationalism, isn't it? You're like the fighter, because you can be English and think the best fighter in the world is, Sugar Ray Leonard.
I was very pleased when George Groves beat Eubank Jr.
I think, take a chip off.
Sort of pleased with that, just to take a bit of that arrogance away. But I still would support him against a non-British guy. But yeah, no, I don't really form these big hatreds.
No. But boxing's not like that, is it? I don't think.
And I've never liked Deontay Wilder. That was the most padded boxing record ever. He's fighting taxi drivers till he was like 35.
Hell of a, if he could land it, hell of a punch there. I mean, stopping punch.
But they obviously knew. It was a problem. Don't forget, like, Deontay Wilder only fought Tyson Fury the first time because they thought he was done. He was like 40 stone.
Yeah.
And drug addict and all that. That's the only reason they chanced their arm on him. They thought he was done. And they got the just desserts. So that's that. Is there any other real life thing caught your eye?
With Partygate.
Partygate, ooh. He's had to pay a fine.
We've had 2 days of Partygate now, haven't we? The Prime Minister giving a statement yesterday, and then today PMQs. I think it's ridiculous. I honestly think it's stupid now. I think it's that.
You can probably.
I think it's doing a lot of damage to the Prime. There's no general election. But whenever I moan about it, if I say that, people go, well, who do you think should do it then? Keir Starmer? It's not a general election, you bellend. I just mean get another Tory. He's a fucking idiot. And this Rwandan refugee fucking nightmare coming up as well. 120 million, and that isn't the cost of any refugees. 0 refugees. That's just the setup cost. 120 million.
Yeah. Denmark have the same system though.
Yeah, but they fully funded it, didn't they? Worked out what it cost. We don't know.
It's a shit policy. I think it's mainly supposed to be a deterrent, isn't it?
Yeah, but it won't. They don't think it's going to work. So. And they think Rwanda's willing to accept. I can't. What it was, like 100 people, or let's just pretend
250. They've got license to send 250.
Yeah,
which is over sort of 40 months or something.
Yeah, and that's about 4 weeks worth coming in that we've got coming in currently.
Yeah, it is just a deterrent, but the thing is, it's such a bad look. It's such a backward step for humanity, isn't it? Mm. I'm waiting for a politician, a party, to stand up and have the balls to explain to the populace why immigration isn't a problem.
Yeah, I know.
Because it isn't a problem. Our economy's built.
They've tried a lot, and they've worked out. They know that illegal immigration is basically costless, and legal migration is certainly we make more money. The scales go that way, and they think that illegal immigration is very hard to track, but the scales are either equal completely or there's a slight profit. I think a question Scotty Bolford just said, what's your favourite? I know we're going to go on to vaping. What's your favourite weight class to watch? I don't have one. I don't think you're going to either.
Yeah, 168, super middleweight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're proper athletes.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's why.
Like a lot of the heavyweights, they're just really big.
I like watching Hatton. He was middleweight. I liked watching the man from up your way, fucking hell, Manchester, Prince Nazim Hamed. He was lightweight. Sheffield, sorry. Was he lightweight or super or flyweight?
I think he did his best weight at super light.
Yeah,
like 130 pounds.
Nobody was watching super light until he came along. Just weren't watching it because there's nothing in it. When Prince Nazim came along with knockouts in that weight division, which is really fucking rare.
Yeah, I'm happy to watch lightweight all the way up. But until they get really like freakishly small.
Yeah. There's never going to fuck all's going to happen.
It just looks weird, doesn't it?
Nothing's going to happen. No 6 stone, 6, 7 stone. No.
But I genuinely think you see those guys super middleweights, 168 pounds. They're 6 foot.
Rufus Kane said he's super heavy now. That is true.
Yeah, that's true. So those are the guys that I think are genuine sportsmen, genuine athletes. 168 pounds super middleweight.
It's got Mick Blizzard's got butterball.
Oh yeah,
hell of a punch though. Hell of a punch. What was his punch? As a hook, wasn't it? Right hook. Right hook. It's not an uppercut. Right hook.
It was like an overhand right.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. And then in his chin. That's hard to get.
Yeah, he was an interesting character.
He could land
it. But in any other weight class, he'd come unstuck against a genuine sportsman.
Yeah. He'd come unstuck even. Yeah, middleweight, he'd come unstuck. Someone like Hatton, he'd stand there and take it. Be done.
But no, yeah, I watch any. I love it. What was we talking about? That was it. That's Vape.
That's it.
Right? Vape news.
Vape news. Let's do Vape. We better do that. We're going to Vape Town.
You should remind everyone about Vape Expo, John.
Vape Expo is coming up. It's May the 28th. 8th, I think it is. Expo Birmingham.
27, 28, 29, isn't it?
Oh, here we go. Expo Birmingham.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, I'm doing it. You do it. You do it.
You go on and you start the first news. I'll Google it.
Someone might come up with it. You're doing it.
Yeah, 27, 28, 29th.
Yes.
May. Vape Expo, NEC Birmingham.
I'm going to be there.
Check it out.
Mrs.
John's going to be there.
Mrs. John has said, not in a fucking million years. Normally a drag her, but she's not coming.
How are you going to get there then?
I'll get the train. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I'll be there. Yeah. I'm just going to see everybody else. Come. Don't get a ticket to Expo. Just go and sit in the pub. I don't really care about Expo. I'll go in maybe a bit. I want to see Sam. Logan's going to be there. Little Matt Tiny Lips is going to be there. If you've ever watched to see someone trying to touch their mod, Tiny Lips. I can't even do it. It's like being the wide mouth frog.
Matt Cully,
yes. Little Tiny Lips, Matt Cully's going to be there. Sam, the Vaping Bogan. I don't know who else is going. Nick Grim Green.
They'll all be there, pal.
They're all coming. That. Yeah. Well, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. It's been years.
I love a press tent, those guys.
3 years. So anybody, so it'd be nice just to see people, and everyone who watches the show. Be nice, right? Going to kick off with The Guardian. Is it better to vape than smoke? Definitely. But it's still worse than quitting entirely, which is something we've always said. It's not better. Like, vaping is clearly better than smoking. Is vaping better than nothing? No, that's a stupid argument. So, before the pandemic and its many controversies, vaping, the use of electronic devices, was one of the most contentious topics online. then it goes on to how we get to where we are. This is quite like psychologically, I quite like this. Talking about vaccines would start arguments. Discussing raw milk might get some hate. But even there's the slightest hint of your position on vaping would get you immediately inundated with passionate replies from whichever side you had offended. There are many reasons for all this passion, but the main reason has to do with uncertainty and how we make public health decisions. The new fantastically comprehensive report into vaping in Australia, which resulted in calls to ban vaping entirely for younger Australians, is merely the latest in a long line of intense discussions. Right, but I think this is really interesting. I was talking to a vegan.
What news outlet was this?
The Guardian. I was talking to a vegan friend of mine the other day, and we always have a bit of back and forth. But a couple of days ago, I think he lost his fucking mind. He posted an article about feeding your pet dogs a vegan diet, but I didn't need to read it. It was a study where around half the dogs were on a vegan diet and around half the dogs were on a meat diet, and it was about how many times those dogs had visited the vets. But the group size, the sample size, was 2,500. That was the whole study, was 2,500 dogs, which I checked is 0.02% of the population of dogs in the UK.
It works for that Novak Djokovic. He's a vegan.
Who's that?
That tennis player. He's the best tennis player, isn't he?
I know he's not a dog, though.
He's vegan?
Yeah, I know, but he's not a dog.
Yeah, roughly.
Well, the stupid thing was, with the study size, sample size 2,500, I said to him, there is no... it's a pointless debate because I don't believe you've made a valid point with such a small study.
There's a vegan football team as well.
I was getting knackered. Humans are omnivores. I mean, it's not even... It's just... it doesn't matter, though. But humans have got conscious thought and they can decide themselves. Dogs can't decide whether to be a vegan or a vegetarian, so you're a fucking crazy
Forest Green Rovers.
So you're a mad fuck to try and... You're pushing that on a dog. Who cares? And the other thing is the variables on what is a meat diet. What does that mean? Out of the 1,250 dogs in the meat bit, what's meat? He said dog food. What does that mean? Well, meaty dog food. What's meaty dog food? I don't know what that is.
Well, put this in your pipe, John. Forest Green Rovers are a vegan football team.
They're all dead.
They're top of League Two. Top of the league, they're going up.
But what does that mean? Generally, it doesn't mean shit, does it? It doesn't mean anything.
It means it's healthier than not vegan.
No, all right, if that's true, then all those other teams in that league,
not vegan.
Yeah, but all the ones above them in the Premier League and the First Division, etc., they're all...
Wait till they go up and smash down as
well. They're all eating meat, going fucking...
Watch out, Empower League One.
But I think but anyway, what I'm saying is, whatever you believe or don't believe, because we've done this in vaping so many times, I think it's really shitty that we tear apart, the vaping community tear apart bullshit studies. If a study comes out that's in favour...
The dog's probably not bothered.
People don't even read the method. They just read, it says like vaping is better for you than smoking. They don't go, well, let's have a look, what apparatus they use. And they just go, yeah, it is, and move on. That's fucking mental. As a way of doing stuff, we can't be those people. It's stupid.
What are you saying? Not good enough science?
No, I'm saying science doesn't have an opinion. It just is. But you have to... a sample size 2,500 is stupid. We need to...
A lot of dogs.
We need to...
A lot of dogs, pal.
You cannot just be on the side of... You can't... if it comes down on your side of the argument, you can't just accept it. You have to hold it.
Turds are like.
Oh my God. You have to hold it. You have to critically think about it.
Really beautifully formed.
You have to supplement the dog. It's a nightmare. You have to supplement them metals. You have to supplement them iron and zinc and stuff.
Can't you just put that in the vegan food?
Yeah, you can. That's what you have to do. Otherwise, the dog will die. Like, it's fucking stupid. The whole thing's dumb as fuck. They're not. They're omnivores. They don't have a gut system that can handle vegan foods. It's absolutely stupid.
What sort of dog is it? Just all of them.
No, that was the thing. That's one of the variables. That's why it's not worth talking about.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
That's what I said. So, what type of dogs are they? Oh, all dogs. What the fuck is that? No, you can't have it.
Yeah.
You can't have it. It's bollocks. There's too many variables. What size are the dogs? Well, all sizes. Well, no. That's mental.
They need to scale that up.
Do that. Yeah, but do you know why they don't do it? The reason they don't scale it up is it doesn't work. That's exactly why they don't scale it up. With cannabis, they come up with these cannabis studies and they say, oh, cannabis cures fucking lazy eyes. We tested it on 100 people. And you go, how many people smoke cannabis in the world? What, fucking 400 million? Why the fuck are we looking at 100? The reason they do it like that is because they know what the fucking answer is. That's why I don't want to have a study of 300,000 people. Because they know what the fucking answer is.
Yeah, stay in your lane, you bloody vegans.
It's like these vegan dog cunts. They know what the fucking answer is. That's why it's 2,500 fucking dogs. That's why they're written down. And they don't all weigh the same.
You die in front of a gas fire, it'll eat you, pal.
It's bollocks. Kiss my balls. Right, next here. I just think people have got this really, really stupid idea that science has an opinion. Doesn't.
What about kids?
What about them? They have opinions.
No, you think they should be made to be vegans?
No, but then I don't think it should be made to be religious either. But that's another whole fucking thing. So, don't you think there's a great example of this? What is omega? Omega fish oils.
Oh yeah.
What do they do to children's brains?
What do they do to children?
Children's brains. Well, what was the thing? You buy parents especially buy foods that have got.
I don't know. I know washing machines live longer with calories.
That is true. The study that the omega-5 thing is based on is bollocks. What they did, they told the kids the expected result. They said they were going to supplement the kids with cod liver oil or whatever tablets they were going to give them their mock exams, and then they were going to supplement them with omega-5 fish oils, and then they were going to test them again 6 months later and see what they did. And you get this thing called the Edison effect, which is whatever the expected result is, if you tell the participants in a study, they will fucking do it, which they
Especially
did.
Dogs.
And kids. And factory workers, it turns out. Yeah. Quite interesting. The skinny.
You're right. I agree with what you're saying.
It's a great book by Dr. Ben Goldacre called Bad Science, and there's all these examples of bad science, and that's an example of bad science. It's called the Edison effect because there was an experiment done about lighting conditions. They found out there was a light bulb company said that if it was lighter in the factory, people would do more work, and so they made it lighter. But they told the factory workers, and they did more work. And then someone came along and said, "No, that's what's happened is you told them, and that's why that's working." And they said, "Oh, well, how do you prove it?" And they said, well, what if we tell them that if it's darker than it was previously, they'll do more work. And they turned the light down and they did more work. It doesn't matter. As long as you tell them what the expected result is, that will bend the result your way.
Dean Feeney's got some bad news about omega fish oils.
Shrink your balls. Fact. I'm not surprised.
That's a nightmare.
That's why I stopped wearing those fish underpants.
That's steroids in it.
It is, yeah. That's another one. Loads of people don't even know what steroids are. It's really weird. That's the thing. That's such a weird thing. People think there's a drug called steroid. Such fucking weird thing.
Right.
But it's a hormone. Like all hormones are steroids. Or steroids are hormones. Anyway, we're going to.
If there are any vegans in chat or watching on
absolutely
whatever, more power to you. Do what you like.
Do what you want.
We don't actually care. What we're talking about is relating it to vaping and the science and how this pseudoscience, this weak science, is getting pushed out as a narrative
on both
masses.
From both sides, though. The pro vapors do the same shit when we don't need to do it. Stop coming up with bollocks.
And stop kidding yourself that it's environmentally better.
Yeah, that's just keep throwing metal shit in the floor. Right, we're going to go to filter now because this is quite interesting. This happened while we were away last week.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people
Tell me
know.
more.
FDA denies pod-based vape from first
man.
major. Hey!
Hello, mate.
Hello, look at that.
You just missed a tantalating debate on veganism.
Oh God.
But now we're moving into the FDA.
This show.
We're just doing an FDA pod thing. We'll come back to that, I guess.
You were like, what? Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. That was really good.
Yeah, I've got hair and everything. Yeah.
Looking
I
well,
didn't mean that.
well.
I wasn't expecting you. I know you got hair on your face. I've seen it.
Yeah.
We're in the news, Craig. Filter magazine. You like this? The FDA. The FDA denies pod-based vape from first major tobacco company. On April 8th, the Food and Drug Administration sent marketing denial orders to Fontum Ventures for some of its My Blue vaping products. They basically hit Imperial and went, no, none of your tobacco juice.
They're just not giving up on it, are they?
But they told their shareholders just weeks before, don't worry about all the shitty tobacco sales because we're heading for the moon with vape.
Right.
And then they got their bullshit off. Well, really, it's bollocks. It's because British American Tobacco have paid off more legislators than Imperial. And so vape is going quite well.
So on what grounds are they just refusing this?
Denied products included the My Blue device kit, as well as its tobacco chill, intense tobacco, gold leaf flavoured cartridges.
And who owns Blue? Is it
Imperial
Imperial?
Tobacco?
Yeah.
Imperial Tobacco, yeah. Which in the US, I don't know what US companies they own. We know them from Embassy, number one. Butler.
Regal in it?
Yeah, Regal. They haven't got any information. They said without any.
They must be fuming about this.
Well, yeah. Well, because the forecast is fucked. They had to give their shareholders a forecast before their annual conference, and they did. And they said it's all coming up, mate. And then they lost, binned all their cartridges off. The My Blue device is the more important bit of the whole thing. Like, and the fact that can't be sold. Forget the tobacco, fucking flavours, doesn't matter.
I mean, they're not going to approve anything now, then, are they?
Yeah, they will. They're going to approve the Vape. They already know they're going to approve the Vape.
I don't understand the difference.
Well, they're just going to make a difference up, aren't they? It's the same as...
But what's their motivation?
Money. They're just getting paid more money.
Yeah.
So they're getting more money for the Vape?
Yeah. They've just been in their pants.
The actual FDA?
Well, state legislators have. They're only going to get... They don't give a fuck. The FDA don't actually give a fuck about people's health. If they did, then they'd give people insulin. They don't want to do that. So that's everything you've got to take into account. The affordable insulin plan failed at the Senate 2 weeks ago, or is, stumbled at the Senate. Anything that Americans say about health, just go back to affordable insulin. That's what you need to do. They go, my country cares about me. No, they don't.
Well, they've spent 2 decades systematically helping people on, depression-based medicine.
But here's the proof: a terminal illness with a very cheap ongoing treatment plan. Can they give it to you? No. Okay.
You've only got to look at what they've done with the airports, where they're now saying that you can take off your mask, but they'd still frisk the person down and make sure they get rid of all of the liquids and all of that kind of stuff, and the TSA completely check everybody out down to the last filling. But it's all right to bring an airborne, basically a pathogen.
They literally got to the point
of plane.
A judge, because of the way it works, overturned the mask mandate. Bless you. Overturned the mask mandate. Didn't they? I mean, it's such a weird system. It's so fucking mental. Like, you can see, when they were thinking about it, they went, I know what we'll do, but what we'll do is that a state judge can overturn a decision made by the government, because then, for the greater good, because it all makes sense. But no one in the room went, Jeff, what is it? That only works if it's reasonable. What? What if someone's just a complete twat? I don't know if we'd ever had a twat as a judge. No, we might do. And it served the other way, didn't it? Every time Trump tried to ban everybody with this insane immigration plan to keep getting overturned by judges. So it does.
Yeah.
That way it works. And then the other way, although that was the Muslim ban. Fucking hell. You thought Muslim was a race.
It was some of Trump's appointees that were actually saying, no, this is not right.
Yeah, they're
It was kind of...
They're the ones who shot the affordable insulin plan in the bollocks as well.
Anyway, how are you, Craig?
I'm very
What's
well.
new? Are you off to Expo?
I don't know.
End of May.
I don't know. Nigel shot me a message saying, "Do I want to pop down?" So I'll probably just do a day or something and just.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, just pop down and do the day thing. So, because I'll be honest, Birmingham fucking sucks in the evening. It really does.
So difficult. Well,
we've experimented a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, we've tried every which way. I think the best experiment is to go back to Solihull and find a decent bar, because everything else is a pain in the fucking arsehole. Really is.
Yeah, it's just a disaster. It's just
weirdly. We tried that on-site thing last time, didn't we?
Yeah, the casino
bar or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Sky Bar. That was really weird. Yeah.
And if you've got the weather, the outside bit's all right.
But you don't know, do you, mate? You just don't know.
Yeah, Rick stayed at there was the posh one on site, isn't there?
Resort hotel, yeah.
Yeah, the resort hotel. So and there's a bit going on there in the evenings, and you can get food.
Well, we tried that too.
Yeah,
we tried everywhere personally.
Tried everything.
It's just a very weird place. It's a very weird.
The definite no is actual Birmingham.
Yeah. It's funny how it comes up. Everybody, like, we talk about the NEC. Everybody goes, "Oh, you go to Birmingham." NEC is not in Birmingham.
No,
yeah, it is. No, it's not.
Nowhere.
No, it's not.
Well, that's the only. But that makes sense. It's so big.
But it's like you can get a nice curry in Solihull, and we just need to find a decent pub. That'd be good.
To be honest, the best food that we ever had was round at Chris Scott's.
That was good. And that Indian we went to that one year was nice as well. Where I hugged the waiter.
With John from Craving Vapor, yeah.
The one upstairs.
Yeah.
The one up there, yeah, no, that was a different one. Craig, the year after.
The one upstairs was all right.
Oh yeah, no, that one. Yeah, the one upstairs. That was the good one.
Yeah. We've had 2 good curries.
We got free poppadoms because we traded in for a load of juice that we got for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. I remember booking a restaurant. I can make this joke now because Chris has lost like 20 stone. When Chris was proper big, I remember choosing a restaurant in Shrewsbury, and then came up, sat down, and everybody went, "Did you say Chris was coming?" And I said, "Yeah." I just carried on, and they went, "You don't see anything?" And I went, "What?" And they went, "Nothing." I went, "What do you mean?" And they went, "How the fuck is Chris going to fit upstairs? Because the stairs were like narrow." And I went, "It'd be all right if you hear a big."
He made it.
If you hear a big pop, Chris is here.
Yeah, and then he ate those chilies. Yeah.
He turned up. He was all right.
Yeah.
I think he's lost. Last time I'd seen him, he lost 100 kilos, and I think he's lost 150 now.
I think he weighs less than me now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Looks like a different person.
Well done to him, though.
Oh yeah, it looks fucking astonishing.
I've got a bit of padding now. I'm looking healthy, John.
We can't tell. It's the beard. You can just hide it.
You look even smarter.
There's several chins under here.
Yeah, it could be a good pact of chins there.
Yeah. So,
how was COVID? Have you been working from home the whole time? Have you been in the office?
Yeah, we've closed the office down completely.
Oh no, just work from home.
Just work from home.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so just all I do is kind of get up, make a cup of tea, sit down, kind of start work at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then work through till 2 o'clock, and then I'm done for the day. So,
do you have a weekly meeting or anything like that? Like in
person? Zoom meetings and.
No, do you have like a meeting in person?
We do one. We do one every 2 months.
Okay.
So we call it a training day.
Yeah.
But we basically just go and find some nice hotel out in the country and just go and have.
That's a great idea.
Proper sit down, have a bit of food and a chat and stuff, and then everybody goes back. But yeah, some of them have. One's moved to the other side of Accrington, up that way. Gone back towards where they're originally from. Another one I think's moved the other side of Nottingham. There's another one in Sheffield. So they pretty much everybody's gone to where they actually want to live now. So
that's got to be good.
Yeah, it's really spot on. So yeah, and for most of us, we've actually found that we've got more done now that we're working from home all the time anyway. So
yeah, depends what you're doing, I think.
My dad is right. Most of his code now doesn't go into the office anymore. He just does it from home.
It's perfect because you can just, there's the problem with an office is, they keep trying to, say, oh, you should go back to work in an office, and it's like, why the hell do
It doesn't make any sense. In the last few days in the papers, they've said the government really wants civil servants to go back to Whitehall. If they're doing the fucking work, who gives a fuck? It doesn't make any fucking difference.
Yeah.
Leave them there. It's cheaper.
Yeah, and it's. I bet you any money, all of them are healthier because they don't have to do a 2-hour commute in the morning and a 2-hour commute at night, and they're getting a proper night's sleep, and they're getting everything done that they want to get done. So
I think it's great. There's so many home-based. Like lots of jobs now have to offer, don't they? You've got to offer.
Yeah.
Remote working.
Well, you've got to offer it to be competitive. In the space.
I think it's. I mean, in our line of work, especially, it's kind of like it's very open and laissez-faire. I think it's kind of like the right phrase.
What if you get a new starter though, Craig?
Say again, sorry.
What if you get a new starter?
We employed somebody actually. They did the interview.
How do they get up to speed though?
They did the interview on Zoom. Did the second interview on Zoom, and the first time we met him was after he'd already been working for us for 2 months.
Yeah, but how does he get up to speed realistically?
How's what? Sorry.
How does he get up to speed realistically though without?
Oh, we just sit in Zoom. I mean, it's I'll have it like this in my camera, and I've got like yourself. I've got a full Zoom license, and I'll just start my Zoom up. And if he wants any of us, then he just goes, "Oh, I'm just popping in your Zoom," and then we'll just chat about what we need to do.
Fair enough.
To be honest, that's probably more constructive than being with each other.
Easier, yeah. Because the problem is that one of the things is you can just share your screen. So for programmers, it's perfect.
I watched my dad do it because my dad came to stay and he was writing code and sat at the table, and you can just hear him. It's really weird watching my dad with a headphone setting. They don't do that ever. Going, no, Linda, no. Look at it again. It doesn't make any sense. And then just because I can't read code, and you just see all this. It looks like someone's trying to hack the fucking mainframe. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And he's going, yeah, it's fucking that. Oh, I don't know what the fuck he's on about.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it on hacking films where it shows the screen and it's just HTML.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck they're hacking?
It's either that or it's kind of like machine code, which is like whizzing past at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Or just DOS, yeah.
Which you can't read, right? You can't read. If you're going to do it, you have to sit there going, even a good hacker's sitting there going, what's that? It's...
Because the other thing is, because like you, I'm sure it works is that the same way. When people ever ask my dad why, because my dad's 75 and still writes code full time, and they go, why, it kind of the real question is, why are they still employing you? You see it as he's self-employed. So if he couldn't do it anymore, they just wouldn't pay him. If he was just a mad old bastard sat in the corner getting mental on solitaire, they just wouldn't pay him. It's fine. And his contract would be null. Like, we're just done. The reason he gets paid is he can do it.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't care. And when everybody says to me, why does your dad still work when he's 75? Oh, my stepmom's a cunt. Anything to be out of the house. What? Yeah, off.
Yeah, just get his headphones on and just kind of like, I'm in a meeting, I'm in a Zoom meeting.
I tried to get him to be a confused old man at home base. I was trying to give him training. I said, what do you want to do? So if I would say to you, where are the white patio chairs? What would you do? And he went, well, to show you where they were. And I went, no. You don't sell them anymore. You need to show me where they used to be. And he went, yes. Yeah, come with me, which I've done loads of times. Follow and they go, they used to be here. What are you doing?
So Richard, you're the same situation as me though, aren't you?
No, we go in on Tuesdays.
So, and does it really make any great difference?
We think it does, because you can have technical debates without someone stropping off. There's nowhere to hide your sulking.
Yeah, I find that a couple of times. It's kind of like
people online, where if they don't agree but haven't got the appetite to debate, will just drift into silence or slope off. Whereas in the office, people are more honest.
Can you do that? I just thought of that. That's quite good, actually. If you're on a Zoom and somebody just wants to sulk off, they can just pretend someone's calling them just off camera. They go like that.
Yeah.
I think it just keeps us. There's a lot of moving parts in what we do, and I think it just keeps us on the same page. Being there on a Tuesday, and
we still have, occasionally we'll have massive Barneys, where it'll be kind of, where we're talking over Zoom and it'll be like complete and utter disagreement with things, or we do it every day. So I mean, we have.
I think the difficulty is purely online is how you recover from that and make sure everyone's all right. And
well, I mean, everybody's doing it for the right reason. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, I don't. It might just depend on. We've just found it better to go in once a week.
I mean, the other thing is, I mean, me, Colin, Neil, and Alexis, the four of us, we've worked together now for 20 years nearly. So we know each other's ticks down to a single facial expression will tell you exactly what somebody thinks. Yeah. And you can kind of get that straight away. So that's not too bad. It has proved a little bit difficult, I think, with the new guy, because sometimes you want to kind of slow them down, or you want to say, you want them to do things in a different way, but you just adapt. There are benefits and there are downsides to.
We need to bring it slightly back to the show. I just realised.
No, I think I agree. I agree with you, Craig.
What are you vaping? It's still a better answer.
I'm still vaping the same old thing. I've got. This is wearing down now.
I'm sure one of us
remember what that is. Oh, it's the Lost Vape.
It's the Lost Vape Therion, yeah. It's kind of, that's how much the paint's worn down just from me just sitting there and just
using it.
I've still got the Vaporesso thing on the top.
Oh, that takes the XTR1 coils, whatever they are.
What liquid have you got in there now?
I've still got dinner lady in the fucking thing. I just can't be arsed. I actually went through all my vape box. I've got half of a box there, which is my vape box. I did find, this is pretty impressive. That was the last packet of cigarettes that I ever bought back in 2015.
Are they still sealed?
Still sealed.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep, still sealed. They'd sat in a box, not gone anywhere near them, but I found that the other day because I'm sorting all of this like that.
Remember when we gave Damien Fairhurst a pack of cigarettes? Do you remember that? That was funny.
Oh yeah, vape.
Damon, vape fest, yeah. Gave him a pack of cigarettes because he just got back from Thailand and had to smoke. So you reckon?
Yeah, but yeah, so I've just been sorting all my vape stuff out and going through various bits and bobs, and I keep finding mods that I forgot all about. I mean, I forgot about that.
Beautiful.
So
take us.
The elemental.
Yeah, very good looking.
Yeah, I got the elemental mod. It's really, really nice. It's really, really pretty. So
I got a dripper you can have for that. Come to Expo, damn it.
If there's one thing I've got too many of, it's fucking out. There's a bag, like a carrier bag, just full of that. And I'm like,
I've just thrown 4. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them.
I was a squonky dripper. I thought you might like it. Fucking.
Yeah. That
was a good one.
The signature mods 20. I don't even have the batteries anymore because I gave them to Craig Beaverbrook.
I was going to say Hamer. I'm sure he's shouting at some vaccine people.
Yeah, I've not seen him for a while. Yeah. So I've just been sorting all my vape stuff out. I put them all back in the original boxes and stuff, and I've still got all my 3-stick Helix and everything else just laying around doing absolutely nothing. So just doing that really.
You just sort of settle into a groove, don't you? Like I've been using this K-Fun and MVP for.
Yeah, I think months. It's I got really tired, like we chatted about it before. I just got really, really tired of the fact that we were looking for something that didn't exist.
Well, but the difference is, it was sort of moreover in the past. It was sort of our not job, our designated thing in doing it was that.
Yeah.
Like that's what we were doing, is telling people about new stuff. And the only way you can do that is try stuff. And that is totally true. And so we tried a lot more than most people would, and things that we've no interest in really at all, because that's what we're trying to do. It's been 6 fucking years of doing this.
Right. God, that's
6 years. Yeah, since the first show, November. Yeah, it was 6 years, November.
Jesus Christ.
I have got a couple of things I could show.
We're going to go new. They'll be on the.
You'll have to pull up the feed.
You'll have to pull up the YouTube and mute it.
I should do my what's my exact opinion of it thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Well, we do. I don't show a lot of crap anymore.
We kind of stopped.
I think the other bit I got tired of was when you kept on getting like ATI V5 and ATI V6.
Oh, they're all gone now. If
like,
you open a YouTube tab, Craig, and then you can see it.
All of those are just pod versions now.
They use
those names for pods now. So I'll pull up the first one. We did mention it a couple of weeks ago, but it is coming out now, and so there's proper pictures and stuff. The Berserker V3, the B3 MTL RTA.
Waiting for it.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
That's not fuck ugly. It's all right.
This is probably the most successful, affordable mouth-to-lung tank ever.
Berserker, yeah, I agree.
Is that what am I looking at now?
So what they've done different on this one, they've made it more handsome. I think it's got that genuine mouth-to-lung look now.
Yeah.
They've got they're using the 510 pin as an air pin. If you can see that on one of the pictures, it says 1.2.
Oh, okay. So you can take the pin out and replace it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you.
And that affects the airflow underneath the coil, as well as adjustable airflow on the base. They've gone for a saver deck, which is a good choice. or an Ubertoot deck. You could call it whatever you like. Either of those. And there's also, if you look on the bottom left-hand picture, and if you can see the outline of some boobies.
Yes, and they're underneath.
And again, that's changeable as well, so you can actually change the chamber, I believe, as well.
Oh, what, to make it more airy or not?
Yes. So if you know you're having a really tiny little mouth-to-lungy Clapton-y coil, you want to pack it all nice and tight and feel really intense in there, you can stick that in.
Yeah, sure.
Or you can take it away and have a big airy.
Thing is, though, that's bottom airflow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, undercoil.
Won't make any difference.
No, it's interesting how much a difference that will make. Well, how big the chamber is, because the chambers are tiny on these things anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was like a side airflow, I can imagine the chamber having a big effect, the size of the chamber. But
I'm always worried about the other one. It's condensation and splatter, basically being recycled back into the coil. You know, if you had like a really small chamber, if it was just continually, you kind of basically just go in and it's going back onto it.
Well, you pretty much. Well, I mean, your best chance. I mean, that's why I've always maintained that bottom airflow ATIs have always been the best of the lot.
Yeah, because they're doing. Yeah, I agree.
You know, they kind of because they just
takes the variables out.
Yeah, it's just everything's just that one direction, and you just pass it straight the way up. So, I mean, you're still going to recycle and get shit back on. You just look at a tank after you've used it for a bit. When you get to the bottom,
you can tell. But you can tell. Yeah, something like this. The Dwar, this coil is I don't know, 2 weeks old, and the cotton is as well, but the liquid's still clear. Because you don't have a massive splatter down effect. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of some bad ones. The Typhon was a piece of shit for that.
Yeah.
You just see a thread coming out, and the original Hurricane as well. You just see a thread of brown liquid coming out.
Yes.
It's fucking fuck.
Yeah, you did on the Toots did it a little bit as well because they got the same kind of thing as Hurricane.
The other thing
the original Berserker did it as well.
Liquids have changed so much, and they've got so much more refined than when we were, initially started. Loads of the garbage that was in them that was fucking them up was gone. Yeah. And well, then again, the cheap liquids are still far, far too much fucking sugar or sweetener in there, and that's what half their fucking problem is, and why they get dirty.
I like that they've bothered to try and style it.
I think it's great. I think it looks great, and I think why not?
Nice. Is it 22mm or?
It's supposed to be, but I don't know because there's people are commenting that in the Insta.
And we're like
questions.
25 quid.
It looks a little bit next gen.
Yeah, 25.
Looks a little bit like a next gen upside down.
I've borrowed loads of different things, but it's all right.
Yeah.
That's all they do these days. But that's fair play to them for that.
All right.
Aspire have got something new
coming
out as well. They've literally, this is hot off the press today, so we know nothing about it. But it's basically, well, let me know when you can see the picture. But it's basically sort of a AIOE box pod thing. It's called the Flexus.
Got it. Yeah, we're not getting a lot from the Flexus, are we?
There's literally no info out on this. This is the first teaser pic of it in action.
Oh, I think we're going to see a lot of that then at Expo, aren't we?
Yeah, that'll be available to see at Expo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wonder.
They was Aspire did something like this that was really popular though. What didn't they?
The one.
You know the one that we liked, Craig, where the screen flipped with you, the dual 18650 one, and you could put it was a C frame mod, and it was blue and yellow.
Oh, yeah, the Archon.
Yeah, they did an AIO version of that,
yeah,
and people really liked it because the
I
coils
had
were
one.
really good.
Yeah, John had one.
Yeah.
It took the Aspire coils. It took the Nautilus coils.
Nautilus or Triton or something.
Yeah, and fucking great. Just chuck them in the bin. That was a fucking nightmare. But it had like 4-5 mil tank. I took it Plato.
Yeah, Plato. People liked it though.
Yeah, I took it on holiday with me. It was once they changed the coils to the vertical. No, once you got it down to the newest, the 0.7, those 0.7 vertical coils. That was
might be all right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be. I wonder if it's going to be like come apart, like one bit you can like have a bit that's a pod or whatever.
I think the only bit that comes apart is that tank, by a thumb.
I just wonder why it's called the Flex.
Oh, I wouldn't read too much.
Because they've tried so many multiple use things that haven't worked. Do you remember when they came out with that kit that was like the size of a laptop?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You can use it for all of this. No, you can't.
I just think there's a lot. It just seemed a bit kind of. I don't know. To me, that just I would not be able to tell the difference between that and any of the others that are kind of out there. and that would be
but it is Aspire. Might be all right.
Yeah, they'll sell millions, because that's what they kind of do. But you kind of think. I just think if anybody out there's listening, right, forget all of them, right, and just get a billet box.
I would say
people don't listen.
No.
I would say if anyone has been vaping long enough to watch this show, and they're at that point,
yes,
now is the time to just get a billet box.
Yeah, just get them because they're like flares. They just keep coming around again in fashion, and
don't worry about it. Exactly, I agree. But nobody listens when you say that.
And now you've got a choice of 100 atomizers for it.
Yeah, there's so many different. So yeah. And you've only. I don't. Yeah, the only thing I think that we've got, us older OGs have got is that we can all build. And that's the difference. Now the step is so huge because we were building from the
but you don't have to with a billet box.
You could use stock coils,
I mean, you could just use Aspire coils.
You can use those coils that Craig uses.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? We kind of went from. I was building on an Ego battery. I remember getting like a 3-click on, 3-click off. I had a dripper that I was making nichrome coils on with a pin and some silica wick. Yeah, and you don't have to do that now because you don't live in 2012.
Yeah, I mean, you just get an M tank now for a billet box and just do that. And
I broke a drip tip and I used the broken end of a bic as the drip tip. I just broke a bit off a bic and used that as a drip tip. I was on holiday and got a choice because there was no vaping shops because they didn't exist. There's the thing.
I think the vaping game, when you get to a certain point in it, becomes a completely different calculation. For example, I've just decided to keep my car for an extra year. Like age-wise, I'd normally sell it now, but because I'm doing so much less miles, it's got another year in it, and it's this constant calculation of, how much the car costs me, how much I want it to cost me, but vaping's like that. You get to this point where you want the least hassle, the lowest upkeep cost, works with the one juice that you still like. You know what I mean? It's like you're ticking off all these things, aren't you?
Yeah, I went around the houses just to get back to something that ran on a stock coil.
Can you still taste the liquid? Because I think you need at least 2 liquids.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just. But the thing is, you just get so bloody used to them anyway. It's the nicotine is the important bit, really. But it's.
I always have 2 on the go because I can't do one.
I would seriously advise against going down the road that I went down, which was, I think I must have spent.
I honestly don't think you can anymore, Craig. I don't think that road exists.
No, I don't think it. Thankfully,
it's like 8
thankfully,
RDAs come out a year now.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. It's not possible.
I mean, I think I probably spent £13,000 to £14,000 altogether on vaping kit. I think
it would have been. Yeah, I agree with you. But you're going to live longer. Sorry, and
but
and you would have just lit them and thrown it in the bin. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not that. It's just
I totally agree with you, Craig. I mean,
I do think if you have got the money and you kind of got it there, then I think you just go around and say to yourself, right, I'm just gonna. If you're looking into pods and looking into those kind of things, a billet box, maybe 2 if you want to. Yeah,
and you're done.
Just to do it and go right. That'll do it, because I still think that they are the perfect. The perfect.
And 300 quid and you're done is very cheap.
Yes.
One last thing to show on the feed: the Maxus Solo 100 watt. This is the follow-up to the mod I gave you, John, and we showed the teaser pictures of this, and it was really garish and like colours and lights all over the shop. And we speculated there'd probably be a quite normal-looking one. And so this is the semi-normal looking version. 100 watts.
I'm alright with that. That's okay.
Yeah, it's alright. And bear in mind, not many of these come out each year now.
Oh, that's alright.
So if you need a 100 watt mod for whatever reason.
And funny, the central ATI thing that I normally don't like is fine on that because it's not very big. So it's not weight. There's no width. Is it 21700? You said?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks it. Yeah. I'm alright. That's a good work mod as well. Chuck in your pocket, get going.
If you still just bang a sub tank daily, 40 50 watts, then that'll be more than adequate. If yours is on its slash legs, like I say, there's not many of these anymore. You know, if you want a new regulated device, then that's an actual mod with a 510. There's not many of these out.
That seems really weird to me. I think I'd be really interested on coming back on at some point and going through and looking back at all of the mods that are that were out there, and because reviews kind of are great, you know, but people did them after 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Whereas
how did they hold up?
I've used that now for solidly for 4 years, right?
That's incredibly impressive, though.
I think I used the original flask. I can't remember who made that. Not the Shark flask, the one before.
The Vapor Shark?
No. They bought
the
one before that. I had that. I think I must have used that for 3 years, like every day. And you know how often I drop shit.
Yeah.
So I had it for that long.
I think looking for things like that, you know, even that, you know, I don't think they kind of work that well now because the switches, but the Hannah boxes and things like that.
Yeah.
If you can pick one up just off somebody and say, have you got an old one of these?
Well, the other thing,
what I've sort of learnt, though, is all of that type of device, it's just not supposed to last for very long. You get a £50, £60 regulated device, it's not supposed to last that long.
No.
Like, this is the Drag 3, a lovely looking thing, 200 watts, whatever. It's broke now. It can't read batteries anymore for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's dead. I've got the Gaia, again, dual 21700. A fairly fine device. I used it for 9 months. It doesn't work now.
Yeah. Whereas I've got
doesn't turn on.
I've got one of the original SX Yeezy, the S class, the original, the first ones that came out. I've still got one of them, and it still works absolutely perfectly.
This is Dovpo Reaver. This had an Evolve board in it. This is on the Fritz now. Love this mod.
I think I've still got an RX.
They're not made to last.
I think I've still got an RX 300 that probably still works.
But I think there's certainly something to be said for finding the slightly more expensive mods and trying to find old version, you know, old ones of them that have been used a little bit.
I still love the flask.
They won't miss a beat.
talking about ages and like how long like this has been going on in various ways. I was thinking the other day, I've been involved in, like, even if I go on the low end of this, I think I've been involved in the raising for various like funds and charities and stuff. I think £80,000 since 2014. I reckon about 80 grand. I reckon, which is fucking insane. All totally made up because we were just making it up. Yeah. I remember sitting in discussions and people saying, "Do you think anyone will do that?" Well, I think, well, yeah, if we ask them to, I think they'll do it. I think that'll work. Like, I remember looking at a kid's face who wants to go to Disneyland and going, "He's cute enough. That'll work." You know, and I really mean that as well.
Yeah.
Or someone trying to tell me something, like, people don't know the amount of charity stuff said no. That's definitely 2 or 3 years ago saying no to, because there's lots of stuff where we never paid anybody to do something. So never paid anyone to jump out of a plane, never paid anybody to go to Africa or whatever, because people did ask to do that, and always made sure the money went exactly to the person. And like stupid shit, like sponsor a woman who was running for breast cancer the day before the marathon.
Oh, that was class.
Just for a laugh.
I do wonder if that side of vaping seems to be completely gone now, from what I can see. I think people have come along. I think people have come along the ride. I do. We did a Christmas one, and we still did 1,300, 1,400 quid. Right?
There's less eyeballs on it, Craig. That's the
because I mean it's like you look at. I don't know what's happening with like places like Hemo, but you look at.
That's gone for ages.
Yeah, I mean, so that's gone. I'm guessing that the other high-end groups, I can't remember the ones now because they got involved in cloning billet boxes and that caused a load of trouble. But
the thing was though, Craig, even back in the day, during the time, because I was being added to those like high-end Hemo, and I got kicked out of Hemo after 2 weeks, and VIP got kicked out of that, and like every time anybody added me something like that, because Craig and I have been speaking for years and years and years, I would always think I got to do something to make sure they kick me out, because these people are insipid cunts, like, and they don't know. Like, there is no point. The whole point of trying to get that, when we did the fundraise, we've done fundraising in the past and stuff like that, is if you've got somebody's attention for a second, it is your duty to use that for a worthwhile thing. Like, if for some fucking reason you're going to listen to me, like, surely that must be used for something worthwhile, not shit, not fucking garbage, not a fucking limited edition drip tip. Who gives a shit about that, you fucking dickhead? Yeah. And as soon as stuff like that came up, every time someone added me to the group, I never said no. I always joined and waited for the opportune moment to be a belly.
Got a winner in chat. Patrick Pyle.
That is
still
amazing.
Using a Sigelli 100 watt.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
That's class. That's what's that? 5, 6?
No,
6 years?
longer
6,
than that.
7?
I think. I remember when I had one. I remember the whole day I had that on.
Well, you look back now.
I reckon 7 years. I reckon 7.
You look back now, like it was fun, wasn't it? Like the wattage race.
I've got
fun.
one.
Yeah.
I've got a Sigelli 100 watt here as well. An orange one that's got a. I got it at the same time as I got the Tractor S4 there, because it's got a Tractor S4 sticker on the side.
You haven't even got any batteries, so you can't tell it's going to work.
I don't know if it's. I've got to find it now. That's it. The challenge has been put down. So I've got. Oh damn it!
Yeah, I agree with you. Though, Richard, the race with the wattages was it was fun. It was really good fun. I remember getting a 100 watt mod and thinking no one is ever going to use it.
Well, the only thing anybody ever had was like 28 gauge cancel. That was it.
Yeah.
So what you were doing was you were just like putting 2 wraps in and just going, oh, please work. And then you were going the other way and putting about 50 wraps in and going, please work. And you're like...
that's probably the direction we should have gone,
The amount of us
sub-ohming made no actual sense.
The amount of us have got so many skills in something that is so banal and pointless. Like, we can work in a micro scale. Like, I'm shit at everything. Like, I was thinking the other day, the best thing I've ever made in my whole life is a door. I made a shed door. It's immaculate. It's the best shed door anyone's ever seen. It's literally that but I can sit and
2014, so that's 8 years.
Oh, fuck, that is stylish.
I'll tell you what I did find. Oh, I'm getting completely off track here now for you.
Oh, that's pretty good. Dion 78 still has a Smok X Cube, which is 2000. What's that? That's 2017.
I remember the X Cube. I think it's about 5.
5 years.
I have got here, perhaps still the greatest vape that was ever invented, and I am amazed that nobody has ever made one since.
Oh, the Master Box.
Master Mod Mini.
You had to use it in bypass or something.
Oh, no, it is
a
my
power
box,
supply.
Yeah.
To use the thing, it only ran with the power supply.
What have you got on the top of it?
I've got a thump.
Oh, I thought that was the. I thought you'd got.
I thought it was a Tobe.
No, it's tiny. The thump is an itty bitty. I mean, it's practically. God, I don't even know if it'll show one.
Mick Blizzard's got a Rulo RX200. See, mine still works too, Mick.
Yeah, they Wismec were literally smashing it then.
Made like a fucking tank. It really was.
But to give you an idea, I mean,
I don't think there's any paint left on it. I mean, there's so many chips in it, but it fucking works.
I think either Mast or somebody in SV once went and turned one of these into an actual squonking.
You made me, do you know, because
that's how small it is versus that.
Because Marth first made that on Reddit, didn't he? Not for the show, not for the Plumes of Hazard. Well, it was on Reddit.
He was involved in the first ever variable wattage,
which was the Duke.
Duke,
yeah. And then he made that, and then I remember that
he did something for Titan as well, didn't he?
With who?
Titan.
Yeah, he did it with that. He did the bit of the stuff with Titan with Eric. He'd cut all the boxes and everything for Eric.
You really reminded me of something. Somebody replied to me today. Somebody had asked for a link on Reddit for mods, and they replied. Somebody replied today. It came in my email, as they do in Reddit. Someone's replied to your comment. Your link goes to a porn site or whatever. And I clicked on it. What? Like what? Clicked the comment thread. Fuck, went to Reddit. You followed a link that was 8 years old. What were you hoping for? What did you think was on there, dickhead? I swear, the link's 8 years old. I didn't change it. So what who the fuck is doing that? Where'd you get that from? Google? And you went, I think it was, where can I buy a clone from?
Oh, jeez.
And they went, boom, what are you doing?
But it's still, there's so many of those things which you can hunt down still. It's like, I don't even know. I doubt you can even find these things anymore.
No, definitely not.
The little Mass Mod Mini. I mean, you're never going to get a
You wouldn't be able to find a vapor flask, Craig.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, I think Mr. Intense has just won. His Inakin SVD is still working. His Inakin VTR is still working. And his Vamo is still working. And Vamo is 2012. I think Vamo? No, 2013.
I'm actually not surprised here. The Vamo still works.
No, me. What was I had a Volcano stick. I think it's called Volcano stick.
I have got, believe it or not, somewhere. Let me just check really quick. In this box, I think I did keep it. Yes, I did. I quit vape. I started vaping and quit cigarettes in 2015. I bought a kit. I still have the kit somewhere.
Noob.
Here you go, kit. But here's the even more impressive bit. I've still got the bottle of juice that came with it.
Fucking hell, that's pretty impressive. Who's it from? Yeah. Apollo. That's who I started with.
That might need to go.
Yeah, and that's vanilla, and it's 7 years old. That's steep.
The colour on.
I got my first kit from Apollo. I never met anyone who got their first kit from Apollo.
Yeah, got one of the ones with like 2 egos and 2 pores.
I got
Did you buy it online?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
that was the problem with Apollo.
And within 2 weeks, I bought a K-Fun, the KFL Plus, and the who was it who did the really nice steel tubes, the 18350, just very simple ones, a beautiful switch on the bottom of them.
Not Nexus, that was then. Is that what you talking about?
Oh God, I can't remember who it is now. I'd like a a U on the bottom or something. Or
I
I've got
can't.
my hex ohms, but I haven't kept anything.
Not a Nemesis.
No, it was about the same time though. It
Oh,
Stingray.
It was really smooth. 18350, short.
fucking! You went from a normal one to the you had to build for
You're on about Paps.
Yeah.
for a 350.
I went to from an ego to the K-Fun and that mod within 2 weeks, and I sat and I played Mark Todd's video about 15 times trying to work out how you do a build.
Yeah.
Just on the thing, it was just over and over and over again because I was like, "Fuck me, this is rocket science. This is."
Yeah, I went from 2 ego batteries with lights on the end and an ego T from Apollo to a volcano stick. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Not exactly like a chrome dildo. I think that might be from Apollo. And the cost, I think I paid £70 for 2 ego batteries and an ego T. And then when it came out, the volcano, whatever the fuck it was, I remember thinking, that is a lava tube. I remember thinking, that is good value because it's only 80 quid. It's only 80 quid for a tube and a chip that's worth less than a pube. Like, amazing.
They were rubbish and expensive.
It's so expensive. When people talk to me about cost, they're like, fuck off.
I think that's why you do have to say the K-Fun changed everything.
Is it?
Oh god, yeah.
Because
I remember where I was when cotton
it was
came
Jenny.
out.
If you wanted to rebuild, it was Jenny's.
Oh, but I can build it.
And they were murder.
Yeah. Especially
And
when they were all
your
the
other choice
clone
with
ones.
clearomisers, they were even worse.
They were really bad.
And they were all of the Jennies that were around that you did the rebuilds on were all clones. There was so few original ones.
Yeah.
Of those, so they ended up being shockingly bad, and the K-Fun clones were equally as bad and dangerous.
But you do understand that, like, all the evolution from that was all us and people like us and people pushing always to get that thing. So when the K-Fun, I remember I'd worked out how to do the Navy nest, which was how to make it with silica, from a guy called Naval Diver on YouTube, who'd done this build called the Naval Nest and worked out how to do that with silica. And then I remember we were in a cottage in Norfolk for a week, and Mark had just done a video that you could use cotton in a K-Fun. What the fuck? Cotton is mental. I remember going through Boots looking for unbleached cotton.
There you go, Craig.
Yeah.
That's
the one. That's it.
That's your Paps.
Oh, Paps. Oh, it is
it's
the
not.
Paps.
That's not a Paps. That's a. It's got a U and a D on the bottom, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
UD then.
Oh no, who was it?
It isn't.
If somebody in chat can let me know who it is who made the thing. It was the same person split off and made another mod with an equally nice button on the bottom of it. It's a beautiful throw on it. It's so nice on that thing. It really is.
I like the fact
yeah,
it still exists.
Yeah.
And Richard's got it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Paps.
No, that's not.
I can't remember. Paps was a clear. There was nothing on the bottom.
Oh God, it had a little U and
The button on a Paps was literally touch it with your finger and it went. I do remember
yeah, that one's got a little bit more of a throw on it, but it's dead even and it's beautifully smooth.
But the Paps got a problem, which is you had to clean it like every 2 days.
No one's going to know that because I didn't. I've been assuming this.
They'll know that. They'll know that.
Oh God! Right, hey, put a.
Russell just posted. Just did comment. Jumpers for goalposts. So I do agree. That's quite good. That's a good one.
Oh, it's the Lux mods. That's what that is. It's LM on the bottom.
That's it.
That's it. It's a Lux mods. That is, yeah.
I thought it was UD.
That is what I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it's a U and a D on the bottom, but no, it's Lux mods. And the guy split off and did another company. But that throw on that thing is gorgeous. It's really nice.
Even that battery in, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't stop on the bottom of the battery.
Yeah.
I'll keep this somewhere safe for you, Craig.
Yeah, keep it very safe. That's beautiful. That cost me £100. That thing did.
You're such a generous guy.
Oh yeah. See.
So we became. You have to admit, over the years, things just become like that, don't they?
And
Yeah, it's kind of a.
that's yours.
Oh my God! God, I forgot about that. That's a beauty as well, that is.
Maxis, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that still works.
It does work, but because it's 650.
650, yeah.
It's slightly temperamental.
Yeah.
Because the batteries have changed a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You could use an 18650 in it.
With
Just
a
put a
tube.
O-ring around it, and then.
That's a callback. Russell Blair said you just need a Senio dripper for the full effect.
Oh God.
This is just us wanking on about old times.
This is just wanking on about.
I've still got about 7 or 8 Origins lying around as well. And
any other business, gentlemen?
We've had loads of problems with the credit card system. Just had Nick, but I promise we're working on it. It's nearly done now. It's been the biggest pain in the arse ever, and it's caused by a thing called 3D Secure, which is a handshake between our system and the bank. I will just, this is boring, but I'll just explain it. So what it does, it's like a, a mortgage in principle. Basically, what 3D Secure does on everybody's site now is that when you say, I want to buy that, it sends a tentative, he's going to spend 20 quid. And the bank goes, that's all right, because we've got 20 quid. And then it lets it go through. And it's a complete dick. That's this digital handshake. It's an absolute dick. So I've had to build a Sage gateway with a World Pay inner, basically. And I've been working on that. So if you've been able to use World Pay, that's great, because a lot of people have. If you haven't, I've been doing this for a long fucking time. If you want to do a BACS transfer, I absolutely promise it's more than guaranteed. I'm here. You have a point of contact. I know it feels really scary to do a BACS transfer into the void, but I promise it's nothing. There's so many other companies. I use companies that have had to move to BACS transfers. This is such a fucked up world where we're taking away PayPal. We've taken away the opportunity for some people to stop smoking. They just have, and I think it's fucking nuts. That's such a fucking. Without PayPal, I'd still be fucking smoking. And they've kicked kicked it away from me. And the reason that a lot of us use PayPal is because they always agreed with the customer, but nobody else does. So that seems unfair to me.
It's the fact that they don't take into account the fact that in the UK it's perfectly legitimate.
Yeah, they're American outfit.
All US rules, they won't touch.
Yeah.
But you can't sell CBD on basically any vaping site now because Visa won't let you.
Yeah.
You can't buy CBD with a Visa because it's drugs.
Right.
It's drugs. Yeah, I mean, CBD is imaginary and bollocks, but it's not drugs. I had a customer came in today to ask me if a tank would work with CBD. I was like, yeah, it's fine. And he went, I don't mean CBD. And I went, what do you mean then? And he went, cannabis oil. I'm not the police. Don't put oil in there. That will not work. Don't do that.
That'd be quite bad.
You'll get lipoid pneumonia.
It does depend what he means.
Yeah, and I said, just be careful about what you mean. Yeah, CBD won't do anything. If you want to get high as fuck, do what you like. I don't care.
Yeah, so what we'll do then is, at some point, organise it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through old shit that you might be able to hunt down.
We will go through old shit that will still work. I'll even build some. I thought I was going to build some Jennies as well.
Your last vape.
Yeah, I mean,
building your last vape, getting your hands on your last vape.
I mean, it's kind of like because the prices now have dropped through the floor of all of that.
Relative to.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree.
I don't know how much you're going to pay now for, if let's take a Stig Helix for instance. They're not going to be worth anywhere near what
they just don't come up anymore.
They don't come up, so you don't know.
You'd probably get full.
Yeah, you're just going to set in the market price. So. Yeah. Right, we're going to go because we're glorious people, very beautiful, and Craig needs to beard.
We've got to go to bed soon.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. We'll be back next week.
Like button. See you next week. Bye.